Hello guys, welcome back from the quick break. So before we were talking about the whole funding situation. So I would want to ask Shay, tell us how you secured the funding, because I know that even the brightest minds, people with good class, first class, good CGP and all of that, don't, secure this funding. What did you do right?
Hmm. So I I don't think I did anything unique, okay?
Okay.
But I will say that first I told them that hey, I need this,
Okay.
and I called the department chair. The two most important people in the department is the program director and the program coordinator.
Yeah.
Very important. So I called the program director and I said, hey, I need this.
You call like phone?
Yes,
Wow.
yes, you need to call. Sometimes I would purchase more credit and use that to call them. So I would talk to him like I know him already. Meanwhile, I don't know him anywhere. And
Yeah.
I was fortunate; he was always being nice to me. So
Okay.
sometimes I call and I'm like, "Hello," then he'd be like, "Hello, Dominic." He would mention my name, so you could see that I was always in touch
Yeah,
and I
creating that
built that.
rapport.
Yes, that. And I would ask him, when are you going to make the funding decision? Because I need this for my visa interview.
Okay.
And he would say, hey, we would do it. You would set the budget in, say, July.
Mm-hmm.
So you should hear from me in July. So I would say that for me, I was just fortunate. And I think that's the most important part, like I said earlier on, that you need to make the rapport in the department.
Yeah, I was gonna like agree with the rapport. You might be fortunate as well, grace and everything comes in, but you need to help yourself too. So creating that relationship with the department chairs also go a long way, because once you create that rapport with them, they would remember you that, oh yeah, this person's CV is exceptional. There's something unique about this person. Why don't we fund this person? So I think that also, maybe might have helped you in a certain way.
Hey AJ, lest we forget, okay? You so we are all in the US here,
Hmm.
but I tell you how many of the US citizens would like to work in the department, be a teaching assistant or do research assistant for this money they give us. So I think the money is for real international students.
I mean, they're not. It's probably like maybe some a little bit stipends to cushion
They
you.
don't want it. They prefer to work in McDonald's. They prefer to work somewhere, make hourly money that fetches them more money in a month
Yeah,
than say work in a department and make 1,500 or something. That's too small for them. I don't think
yeah,
so. I think that they want in the US probably education should be, you should not pay for education. You should, if you're an international student, you should strive to make sure that these monies that are meant for research and the growth of the university, you should try and then make sure you tap into it for
yeah.
your own education. In the end, you're working. This is a 50% a week, the part time,
We work 20 hours in a
20
week.
hours a week, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And then you also get your tuition paid.
Yeah. Oh, that's also true. So
Yes.
I also want to ask this question that comes to mind. After you have, secured your funding, uh, the whole visa interview and all those things, can we talk about the process? How was it like? What questions were you asked, and probably how did you answer these questions? Because a question will be asked to you, and they will pose the same question to somebody else, and that person might find themselves wanting and getting themselves confused. So, what did you say different during your visa process?
So I was denied earlier. Okay.
Okay, didn't
I
know that.
Yes. And the second time I went, uh, so the first one they denied me because they said, okay, uh, you are saying your deficit will be taken care of by your company,
Okay,
but you didn't bring any letter
that
that
shows that.
shows that. So I told the consular officer, please just email my company and let them send it to you, or please give me a moment, put me on administrative processing, and I'll
Okay.
go and get a document for you. Then she said no. And so for the second time, lucky enough, I was fully funded. I
Okay.
didn't send any bank statement. I just went there with my offer,
Your
yes,
documents and everything.
yes, without any financial proof. Okay.
Okay.
And I went there. So it was okay. They just had to ask me um what has changed. And I told them that I was not prepared earlier. But this time round, I've thought through everything and I feel like I'm in the right situation right now
Okay.
to pursue my program.
Okay, so can we talk about some of the challenges you might have faced during the whole process? So now I want us to combine everything from your application process to the visa process. Let's talk about some challenges that you might have faced. Can you give me like two challenges from your like application process and also two from the whole visa process as well?
The admission process was easy for me
Okay.
because in University of Ghana I was so much well known, and I
Okay.
was connected with more professors. So I got my recommendations letters very easy. I
Okay.
could pick up phone and call, and he would say that tomorrow come to my office,
Oh,
just get it
wow.
done and all that. And then so the application was very easy.
Okay.
Okay. What I struggled the most was the visa
Okay.
process.
Yeah.
And I would share this story. When I finally had the admission and the
The
funding,
funding.
there was no date.
Yeah.
There was no visa appointment date.
Okay.
And so I quickly bought the MRV.
Mm.
I bought the MRV, and I was always monitoring the website.
Yeah, to sometimes they would even block you, like I don't know,
I was
block you or
strategic about
something.
it.
You're in block, then
Yeah,
you have to wait for a
for
period
some
of
time
time
now.
before you
Yes, I
log
know
in
people
again.
who were blocked, but for me, I was a busy person in the day because I was working
Yeah,
in
already
an office.
working. Yeah.
So what I would do is I would wait around 12
AM.
a.m.
Okay.
At that time to like 3 a.m. I would not sleep.
Okay.
I would monitor the system. There was one day I woke up, I monitored around 12:30. Then I had one slot and I quickly picked it. So I was fortunate.
Okay.
Okay, for me, I was fortunate.
So did you go through the emergency process to
I
secure?
didn't book any emergency
Oh,
because
okay. So
once I had my first slot, and I think it was January 2024. Meanwhile, I was supposed to be here in August 2023.
okay.
So after that slot, I was only monitoring it to make sure I get.
So you didn't go through the emergency because some people, um, once they have because the dates in Ghana are such that you need to be in school, let's say August 2024, but then
Yes.
you're getting a date in 2025. So once you have
Mine was
that,
January 2024.
wow, so you need to get an emergency
Yeah.
date. Then sorry, go to the emergency portal and see like dates that
I
are
knew I had enough time
oh, okay.
so that if I exhaust all my 3 regular appointments, I could schedule an emergency.
Okay.
So I
So
didn't
you're
want to
just being
waste my.
strategic.
Yes, I was just being strategic. And remember, I'd gone through the process before, and I was denied. So I knew
Yeah.
the ins and outs.
Yeah. So you were fully prepared for
Yes,
this one.
if it
Okay.
was now that I was doing it, I would book the visa appointment date in advance,
Okay.
waiting on the funding situation and all that, so that once they all come, then I know I already have
Yeah.
an appointment date.
Okay. So right now you've gone through the process. You are in the US. Um, what was the experience like being in the US? I don't know if it's your first time being in the US or you've already been here, but then it was definitely your first time being a student in the US. What was the experience like?
It was. I asked myself, I'm finally going to be here.
Okay.
And so I just went through immigration. I entered through Houston,
Okay.
and I was waiting on my flight to MFE McAllen, and I came. The cultural shock was a lot for me
Okay.
because over here is really hot, and
Definitely.
I think
Very, very.
yes, and
Comparing this place to Ghana, which one is.
I think it's hotter here.
That's true. That's true.
It's hotter here.
That's true.
So that was a shock that
That's true.
I had to go through. Yes.
Okay, so what about like the whole? You've been a student in Ghana, both undergrad and masters, and now you're having a second master's degree here. So in the classroom, what's the difference like?
In Ghana, you could be in a class of about 150.
Yeah.
Here, you are in a class of about 15 people, at least for masters. Sometimes some of my class is 6 people.
Okay.
It's so much fun, and usually they like this whole discussion thing, and I believe that that's the most that's very important. In Ghana, I would use my field in accounting. Somebody could do a whole consolidated financial statement on the board
Mm,
without real practicality to it.
okay.
But I don't think that's what happens here.
Well, I think it probably depends. Cause for me, I feel like when it comes to like calculations, probably Ghana will do better when they are teaching. Because sometimes here they just like even this calculation project the book and just read it. But Ghana lecturer will take pen and be solving everything on the board. I don't know, maybe.
Well, I took statistics here. I took statistics in Ghana. Okay, the difference was that that professor who was teaching me in Ghana was a graduate from the US.
Okay.
Okay, but because of 150 students in the class, okay, it was quite difficult. He would try to solve certain things, but here when I took statistics, we would do it and go into the lab to confirm certain things.
Yes, so the practicality of
Yes.
it, using softwares and all those
Yes.
things. Okay.
So for me, and it's easier over here because of
Definitely.
that practical,
Yes.
hands-on
Yeah.
nature of it, and it's so flexible. You don't even realize you are schooling, but unconsciously you are having a good education.
Yeah. So thank you very much, guys. We'll definitely come back after this short break and we'll continue the conversation. Stay tuned. So hello guys, welcome back to Lam TV official, and don't forget to share, comment, like, and also subscribe to the channel as well. So we'll continue with our conversation with Mr. Che. So Mr. Che, what are your final words for our viewers, those who are looking to apply, those who have applied and looking forward to join us in the US? What are your final words for them, and any advice that you would want to give us as well?
My final advice will be that people have done it. Obviously, we have done it, and as much as it's going to be somehow difficult financially and everything, please don't give up. It sometimes these are the things that we want to do for ourselves. If you really want to have an education in the US, make sure you go by or you take this journey. It's not going to be easy at any point in time. Even as we are here,
Yeah.
we still have more hurdles ahead of us, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yes. So, and a lot of people also have so much fear in the visa application and even in the interview and all that. It's going to be very easy. Just go there with your facts, prep very well,
Yeah.
and just go there and tell them the problem you want to solve.
Yeah.
And then I think you'll be good.
Okay. So thank you very much, and also do have some final words and advice for our viewers listening to us too. So for my final advice is that don't give up, as Che said. It takes determination and motivation, to put everything together and come here to study, because sometimes there are times where you would feel depressed and question God and why God has let you down, because you feel you deserve this and you're not getting your way. So just be motivate yourself, be determined, and at the end of the day, we know that you would also come join us in the US as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so for our viewers listening to us, please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, and share. Subscribe to Lam TV officials. There are more educational content that we'll be putting out for you guys to, watch and learn as well from it. So until then, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.